First and foremost, I'd like to just thank everybody for being here. It's nice to see, wonderful faces, new faces, old faces. It's good. It's a family group. And we all know why we're here. You know who you came to see. But I'm just going to give a little introduction. Those of you who know me or see me before, you see me before I do lectures. I call on the universal energies. I call on the ancestors. And we all join in as well when we put in on the ancestors. Okay? These are rituals. I'll explain it just a little bit because we're short for time. So, can everyone hear me, yeah? Yes. We're a bit short for time, so I'm going to quickly... The day and time we're in, okay? And it's all about the power of the mind. You understand? Brother Azariah is going to be speaking on that. I'm just, touching on a few things. It's magic time. This is the day and time we're in. We're in serious times. These people now, they are not messing about. They're getting desperate, and the giant wants to wake. You understand? The giant wants to wake. That's what's happening now. So it's about opening up these faculties, being intuitive, and let's get in the work done. Okay? The alcohol, I was, see me spraying to the 4 cardinal points, north, east, south, west. You understand? Number 4 also represents foundation in numbers, numerology. In order to build any kind of building, you need the 4 cornerstones. Okay? Or the building will not go up. So 4 represents foundation. If you go into astrology, the 4th astrological sign, which is Cancer, represents foundation, represents home. Understand? So you can't do nothing without the foundation. If you go amongst all ancient civilizations, you find the deity that deals with the crossroads or the 4 corners is Eshu, they interpret it as the devil or Satan. See, when you hear that stuff now you run away. That's the gatekeeper. And once they lock you away from the gatekeeper, that's it, you're finished. You cannot connect. Forget any kind of something spiritual or whatever. That is it. So once they take away your ability to be able to go through that gateway, you understand, in honoring Eshu and so on and so forth. You understand? Eshu is who they honor when they're practicing their Halloween. You see him with the pumpkins and trick-or-treat and all that, because he's known as the trickster. That's the gateway. You understand? That's the gateway. You understand? So, and that's why during the time of Halloween, you see the children going around trick-or-treating, you give them sweets, you think it's some devilish business. No. The children are the ones that practice that. That's why in the Bible, Jesus was saying, let the children come to me because theirs is the kingdom of heaven. You understand? He was inviting the children because that's it. That's the gateway right there. You understand? So, without further ado, I'm going to bring on Brother Azariah. Brother, I tell you, I was speaking with him yesterday and I said, there was a time, the first time I ever saw the brother on the DVD, me and my queen was in the house, got one of these DVDs, stick it in, and when they're getting comfortable, and this brother comes on with paint, and I'm like, whoa, pause. You understand? That's the shit I'm talking about. That's why I don't want no play, no fancy dan, new age, fairy business. That's it. The brother came on, you understand? He had the marks there, he was letting you know that he means business. You understand? And from then on, I'm like, yeah, I want to see more of this brother. You understand? And Brother Darren, he went out there and went and chilled with bro, and he came back and he was saying, yeah, look, the brother's on it, he's doing the work, he's very practical, and you understand? I don't know, many of you probably seen his DVD. Yeah. You've seen when he was in the graveyard. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've got brothers here that will testify. I'm talking years back. 4 or 5 years ago, we were talking about going graveyards and mashing things down and waking up the dead, and we had a few brothers then. It's like, what? Going graveyard? See, I'm saying, but let you know, 100 monkey syndrome. You understand? But then I've never even met the brother then, and then he's got a DVD. He's doing the graveyard thing. You understand? So it's that damn time. You understand? It's about tapping into your inner self. You understand? Okay? So, without further ado, please give a warm round welcome for Brother Azariah.
I would like everybody to get on your feet and give a big hand to this brother right here. Sit down. noise up here. Some action. Brother Darren. Sister Rosanna, I don't know if she's on back. Let's give her. All right, take a seat now. These brothers worked hard to get me over here. This brother flew all the way to New York. This brother, we were talking last night, he picked me up at the airport. And so we're driving along and his car broke down. And it triggered old memories of old school days when we had cars. I had a car like that in Harlem, and the cars would break down. And it was a very positive energy. So we were vibing right away. But when you got people like this over here that's bringing the knowledge, and this brother right here, I saw some of his tapes and I learned from him. So y'all have jewels right in front of you. Sometimes the prophet is not welcome in his own home. So you have the jewels right here with you. And this brother right here opened up his doors where me and my queen could stay. So another big round of applause for this brother. And continue to support them in every way you can. Because I know it's not easy. I've been doing this for many, many years. And I've seen all aspects of it. So I know it's not easy for them. I don't care how much money you got, it's still very hard. Okay? All right. Okay, now first thing I want to do is ask y'all to give another big round of applause for my support system, my queen, Renee. I was about to get it. I forgot it. All right, we're going to get to the news. We got a lot of things. I want to start off with the news. We're going to get into some more science. We're going to get into the occult. We're going to get into the magic. For these next 3 days, you're going to have prevalent and powerful information that you could work with. Information that I've spent my whole life dealing with. I'm going to give you a whole history on some of the tapes. I don't know if you've seen all the tapes, but I have a whole background in this stuff. Dealing with mind control, the occult, and the whole nine. So the information I'm bringing you is information that's going to be very valid and that you'll be able to use in your everyday life. Also, I want to place a warning on this particular lecture and the workshop. If anybody here feel they're under mind control in any way, specific mind control, not general, because basically all of us have general mind control or programming going on. But anybody feel specifically programmed? Okay, good. Because some of the information I'm going to bring you could trigger that. And I would need to know, okay? Some of the information I'm going to bring you today could open up portals of some kind of trauma or some kind of thing that took place in your life. Because we want to get that up out of us. The first thing you want to do is begin to heal yourself. And then educate yourself. And then you can help others. You can't do that until you do that. Number one thing you have to do is forgive yourself. Forget about forgiving anybody else. Forgive yourself first. All right? Okay, the news. If you've seen any of the lectures I've done, I've told you to check out the front of the newspaper. I don't know if they do it here in London, and the back of the newspaper. On the front of this newspaper here, you'll see it says 4,000 dead. This is the Daily News. We get this in New York. 4,000 dead. And on the back it says, carry on. And in the back it also says what? Final four. I couldn't put everything on the overhead. Some of this stuff I have to carry, so some of it's in paper form. Carry on, final four, 4,000 dead. Now what's also very interesting about this is that you see you see the red, white, and blue foggy in the back. The flags that you see, why does every country, almost every country on the map have a red, white, and blue flag? What the hell is that dealing with? They're all American? Are they all British? What are they? What's the deal with them? Red is in actuality a trigger that opens up your root chakra to sexual energy. So you begin to like it. So if I open up a store and I put red on there, it triggers you to have a sexual feeling and you want to walk in there because it feels good. You want to buy something. The white of the U.S. flag and all the flags that are red, white, and blue is a mind blanker. It flashes like a siren and blanks out your mind. And you forget what the fuck you're going in there for or what you were doing in the first place. And the blue is dealing with future aggression, and it's also the color of the reptilian pineal gland. So you'll see things when you go outside and you go to a store. Say, for instance, how many of you have heard of this store named Target? Has a big red circle with a dot in the middle. And what do the yogis teach? To meditate on the circle and the dot. Now, when you use certain colors, they trigger certain things in you. So if I have a store with a red circle on it and a dot in the middle and it's in red, I'm opening up your root chakra. And you're walking into that store. It's all mind control. And guess what? You become the target. This is an interesting newspaper cover here. I had to show this because it just was very interesting to me. Daily News, again. It says here, $109 million couple, right? Is that what it says? Of course, we got, now, in the workshop, we're going to talk about color combinations. When you see red and it's with black, they're triggering fear within you. That's why the occultists use it, red and black. And in Vodou, it triggers fear. That's what it does. And that's how really Vodou works, based on the other person's fear. They magnetize it to them. So, $109 million couple, and it looks like they're talking about Hillary and Bill Clinton. But you know what? I looked at this closely, and that wasn't the first story on this page. This is the first story. It's Jay-Z and Beyonce. Wedding singers. That's what they're really talking about. Because on the back of the paper it says the top four. The four tops. Those are singers. $109 million couple. The first story is dealing with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and on the back it says the four tops. Everyone get that?
Yeah.
Got four people on the front. And Jay-Z, okay, we know all the science on that. A lot of the Black Dot and quite a few speakers already did the whole thing on rap to break down the mind control. But here's a very interesting article. I don't know if y'all heard of this. Sean Paul came out with a CD. And on there, the name of the song was, let's see, Temperature. And it was triggering people to go into seizures. This sister here would listen to this particular song, and it did something to her aura. It caused her to go into seizures. I'm going to leave this out. Y'all can pass it around and take a look at it and read it if you want to. That's not around. Okay, so in the music industry, we understand when they went from the album to the CD, what were they doing? Just like the movie Josie and the Pussycats. Everybody saw that? Oh, come on now. Go see the movie or rent it. Josie and the Pussycats. In there, it's a movie about an underground base where they're producing the CDs and putting in subliminal messages. And how they... But... just don't stick with the Pope for a minute before we go, because this is dealing with Moorish science. This is what this lecture is dealing with, the occult and the Moorish science. Because that coat of arms is dealing with the Moors. It has a Moorish head right on top of it. Pope takes historic step. Now this is very interesting, and why is it interesting? Because my queen had told me that these shoes right here are called pranas. Pradas. These shoes here. And y'all know that there was a movie called what?
The Devil Wears Prada.
The Devil Wears Prada. Okay, you understand that? Right here. And what does it say? The Pope takes historic steps. So there's something major going on here. And what it is that the same way we use Vodou sigils is the same way they use the coat of arms. The same way. So they'll put coat of arms on his jet, on his clothes, or you'll see it every time he speaks. It's just like Captain America and his mighty shield. That's what that's all about. It's dealing with magic. They don't do anything unless they're dealing with magic. You must understand that. They don't, because you see them beat down a brother in the street or shoot somebody in the back, you may think that they're functioning from that particular area, but they're not. They're functioning from a magical perspective. That's all they deal with. That's why they stole all your shit. That's the only reason why they took it, because they know that shit works. And you are now awakening to some of the magic that you've had. The planet is shifting, and your intuitiveness is coming back, and even your drive to notice stuff is coming back. And so they're trying to subdue that. So, Pope takes historic step. Right number.
Does that footstep, do you think that has anything to do with relatives taking the step forward in that sense?
Of course it does. It has a lot to do with masonry and a lot of other things. But the main thing I want to focus on, he's telling you right here by wearing these shoes, what he's all about.
Is he not stepping you down as well?
Yes, he is. Here he is with his whole outfit on. But what I want to introduce you to is this is the coat of arms that they even breaking it down for you. But what they say is they break everything down and say, well, we don't know what the head on it means, the black head that's on it, the Moor that's on there. Who is Saint Corbinius? Who was Saint Corbinius? He was a black man, a Moor, who was part of the original Holy Roman Empire. There's two Roman empires. The Roman Empire and the Holy Roman Empire was dealing with the Moors, who are the originators of the Bavarian Illuminati. So all the information you've been getting about the Illuminati, the white boy been giving you, turning your heads around to fight against it, it was all some science that you wrote down to him. And Francis Bacon updated it by making recording the New Atlantis. So the Illuminati is dealing with you. And when you come back into the knowledge of yourself, you awaken in that third eye, or that first eye, if you will, and you are illuminated ones. And I may have said this before, and some other speakers may have said this before, that we don't need to follow a group. I'm coming across information now that says that's what we actually need to do on a mental level. On a mental level. Because as a group, with all of us doing different things, our thoughts become scattered. And we need to focus on one particular thing. That will increase the strength of it. Because you have one particular species mind pattern. That no matter what the brother on the street who don't know shit, or the bum down the block, or the most intelligent black man knows, it all has an effect on your species mind pattern. Regardless of how you are or what you think. And there's information, make sure you're at the workshop, very powerful and powerful. All right? So we need to begin to think on a group mind pattern. If this brother say you want to get together, we're going to come and do a lecture and do a ritual. Bring all the heads together, the thoughts together to project that ritual out, increase the value of it. Now, I don't have a writing board right now, so I'm not going to go into that until we get to the actual workshop to show you how that's done, and we're going to do it. Make sure you're there, because we're going to need your thoughts to project up the things we need to do to kill off some of these reptilians. And I'm not talking about a snake nigga walking around. I'm talking about cold-blooded creatures. But anyway, they're breaking down the whole science of this coat of arms, which I call a sigil, a shield, of the Bavarian Illuminati, Saint Corbinius, which we're going to get into all the coats of arms, because the Illuminati, again, is dealing with you. You are the Illuminati. All right? All right, let's look at some things here. Also on the news, we're hearing and seeing a lot about the elections in America, about Obama. lot going on about Obama. Now, just recently I went out to, what was that? The Bermuda?
Bermuda.
No, that
Bahamas.
wasn't.
Bahamas.
To the Bahamas to swim with the dolphins. I was doing research on dolphins. So I went to swim with the dolphins, and I spoke with them. And you know, it's something very interesting. How many of you know about the violet flame that I talk about?
Yeah.
To destroy negative energy, and get rid of negative people. And I found out that as I'm talking with the dolphin, his eyes are violet. And I understood that dolphins are one of the, or the most intelligent, at least one of the most intelligent creatures on the planet. And you know, when you close up on them, you get to see what they're truly like. You know, they're silver, not gray like we see on TV or from a distance. They're actually silver and their eyes are violet. And they communicate to you in an African language. In clicks, like that. So to me, that automatically makes them extremely intelligent. Because as me and the brother were talking the other day, we don't know how to do that. We're speaking what? We're not speaking the true English, we're English. English. Sort of like the original, whatever that was. Right? And then if you from America, that's a whole mix of all kind of shit. German, Spanish, French, English, and the whole nine. Slang and every damn thing else. So these dolphins were speaking this African language to me. Because I went there with a purpose, with certain questions. And they were speaking to you, they spoke to you. There's a technique that you could use if anybody will ever go and talk to a dolphin or deal with a dolphin. You'll visualize. By now, your visualization technique should be much stronger. Even if you have never visualized before, the time that we're in right now creates that. The pressure of what's going on around you creates that intuitive power. You can visualize a silver infinity sign over your head, spinning around like an antenna. A silver infinity sign. And that will open you up. And just do it when you're walking down the street when you leave here. And see how the difference is in your thought patterns, in the way you move about. You're going to see a difference. Silver infinity sign. So, speaking with the dolphins, I had questions about Obama and politics, bullshit questions that they don't want to know nothing about. They said, fuck that, listen to how we talk. We talk about the dope, we talk like we speak this African language. So that took me back to the Dogon, the Nomo and the Sigi Tolo and all that stuff. I'm like, wow, that's deep. And as soon as you hear them speak, you knew what they were saying. It was amazing. Now, my contention is that Hillary is probably going to be the president, but I don't know. Because basically, so we're going to put somebody up there that's going to appease, you know, we want to bring out more voters to see where the people's minds are at. Sign on the dotted line. Okay? That's a terrorist list. Obama's name is a terrorist name. The list you sign to go vote for him is a terrorist list. Understand that? But that's a major ritual going on. And I don't know if they show that on English TV, but they have this white lady come up as a commentator. And her name is Candy Crawley. In America, that's all they show is her. And she's talking about Obama and Hillary, Obama and Hillary. Every now and then, they'll just pop her up in there, looking like a witch. Well, guess what? That's Aleister Crowley's granddaughter. Magic. This is what, here's a picture of a Moor down here, using magic, but this is what Madame Blavatsky said about the Moors. Just, you feel like reading that book? Okay, I'll read it. Nowhere during the Middle Ages were the arts of magic and sorcery more practiced by the clergy than in Spain and Portugal. The Moors were profoundly versed in the occult sciences, and at Toledo, which was one of the schools they had, Seville and Salamanca were once upon a time the great schools of magic. You had schools on this shit. Anybody ever read Blavatsky's work, dealing with the Moors? The Kabbalists of the latter town were skilled in all the abstruse sciences. They knew the virtues of precious stones and other minerals, and had extracts from alchemy, its most powerful secret. Spain was famous for her libraries. The Moors were celebrated for the profound learning in alchemy and other sciences. That's a cracker that had Pastor Billy Randolph killed, created the Theosophical Society behind that, telling you that you had all these things in your family. That's what they're saying. You see, so by nature, don't be scared of the voodoo. You are voodoo. That's the name of a Moorish pirate named Vodun. It's a French name. He was a pirate. And the pirates come out of the Spain from the Knights Templars. The Knights Templars became the pirates that took to the sea, using the skull and bones, which now we know that the skull and bones have been, because they take everything you do and use it against you. That's why the Pope is wearing St. Corbinius' coat of arms as a shield. Very interesting. But the Knights Templars, who had this Baphomet as a scarecrow, which some people attribute that to one of the Mohammeds, supposed to be one of the Mohammeds and all like that. But I actually believe it's a lot earlier than that.